AgweekTV weather is brought to you by Kaler Farms.
Weather portion of Ag Week now. Another round of heavy rains in July has basically wiped the drought condition off the map in the northern plains, except for a few areas of western South Dakota, especially down around the Rapid City, Black Hills area, where we still have some moderate drought. It's basically not dry anymore across the Dakotas and Minnesota. Some parts of the Iowa-Missouri border area are a little bit on the dry side, but nothing really is a problem, except when you get over here into the eastern end of the Corn Belt. Some parts of Michigan and Ohio are still quite dry. Nationally, there just isn't a lot of real severe problems. There are, except for, of course, Southern California. It's a little dry across the Deep South, but mostly things are in pretty good shape. Now, this week, the jet stream is doing us a little bit of a dip. It's going to be a little bit warm in the southern plains, maybe slightly above average, but not dramatically so. The jet stream along the U.S.-Canadian border, though, after kind of a quieter week last week, will be going back to its power mode once again, setting up the stage for some Monday, Tuesday strong thunderstorms, especially across North Dakota into northern Minnesota. And then as the week goes along, the strong jet stream will sag a little further south, which will send that packing slowly toward southern Minnesota, South Dakota into Iowa, and on down into the Corn Belt. Meanwhile, later in the week, a ridge of high pressure will start developing out west, and this is likely to pull some of that hot weather back up into the northern plains and send the milder weather up toward James Bay, Hudson Bay, which sets us up for probably some more hot weather into the northern plains sometime over the following weekend. So in terms of the forecast, here's what we're looking for. With a high-pressure ridge in the west, generally dry weather throughout the northern Rockies, widely scattered thunderstorms in the southern Rockies, and generally dry weather in the southern plains all across through the Deep South. And then there will be this narrow ridge of stormy weather starting somewhere in eastern North Dakota and then fanning down through the Corn Belt, mostly the northern part of the Corn Belt. As we head then into the temperature look for this upcoming week, it's going to be fairly warm from the western part of North Dakota down through the Rockies, a lot of 90s and a few hundreds. Most of the rest of the area will be in the 80s with a few 90s. The second week, the hot weather will continue throughout much of the middle section of the country, with temperatures generally above average and the weather generally dry. A few spotty storms, the Rockies and northern plains, but a fair amount of dry weather is expected for the first part of August, So the outlook then is looking like this. As we head into early August, warmer than average weather, only scattered locally heavy rainfalls, and an overall drying trend.